we'll be starting from, and question number 9 is on the concept and chapter of process costing. So I guess we have done process costing ka ek sum before. We'll quickly revise what process costing and the linked concepts are, and as usual only then we will start the question. So ready? Hopefully yes. Let us start process costing. So the main objective of this chapter is to value my closing stock in different processes, and my closing stock in this case is nothing but my work in progress. Companies may generally transfer, or the goods may move from process 1 to process 2, from P2 to P3, and so and so. So different goods may be in different processes at the end of the month or a period, and the valuation is very important for our financial accounting purposes. It is all for costing purposes. It is for this purpose we should know the respective goods ka valuation, and the respective goods may be in P1 or P2 or P3, and they should be valued at their respective process cost. One objective. Second objective is the fact, or second reason is the fact that goods are transferred from P1 to P2, and sometimes they are transferred at a margin, and it becomes important to find the respective process profit, because the process manager's salary may depend on the respective processes profit. One more reason why we do the process accounts. We normally have debit side pay. Let us have a quick a table or a quick ledger format. Okay, galat pencil aa chuka hai. Let us first erase this. Okay, so normally let's have a quick pro forma of how the process account looks like. You normally start from direct material of the processes. You normally have direct labor. You have some overheads. You may have some specific expenses of the process. There is goods which are transferred. There is some abnormal loss, if any. There is some normal loss which is always at scrap value, and then you may have closing stock or WIP, and in case you have abnormal gain, you are going to have abnormal gain here. Barabar. This is at your scrap value, your goods transferred, abnormal loss, your closing stock or abnormal gain are all at processes cost. And in case the goods are transferred at selling price, then goods transferred will be at a selling price, because of which there may be a process ka profit. Barabar. Abnormal loss is nothing but any loss of goods which are more than expected, and इसका exactly उल्टा is abnormal gain. अगर तुम्हारा loss less है than expected, the gap becomes my abnormal gain. Now the problem is that certain question there will be a WIP, work in progress, which means my job is to also find the equivalent output and the format for equi output. I think I had discussed this as well, but we'll quickly discuss this and then we can move on. One column will be for particulars, one will be for rupees, one will be for DM, DL and overheads, and within this there will be two sub columns for units and percentage. So this will be opening WIP, this will be given, these will be my units. This is my direct material, iske andar percentage units, direct labor percentage units, and overheads percentage and units. First line will be, okay, let me remove this from here. First line will be for opening WIP, will be given जितना percentage हुआ है उसका balancing figure will come here. I am writing the term BF for balancing figure, which means if it is 30% ready, यहाँ पे आएगा 70%. Then we need to have started and finished. So goods transferred minus my opening WIP is started and finished, and this will always be 100% come what may, because they are completely finished. If there is abnormal loss, then abnormal loss will also come here. The respective percentages will depend on the percentages given to us in the question. Those are percentage of completion. Jitna completion hai utna hi percentage आएगा. If the question has abnormal gain, then abnormal gain will also come here, लेकिन abnormal gain का units will be subtracted, because ये अपना एक्स्ट्रा आ चुका है तो मुझे इसको निकालना पड़ेगा टू फाइंड माय नॉर्मल कॉस्ट. माय जॉब इज टू, और माय ऑब्जेक्टिव इज टू फाइंड नॉर्मल कॉस्ट, एंड देन वी आर गोइंग टू हैव द क्लोजिंग WIP, एंड द परसेंटेज विल ऑलवेज बी द परसेंटेज कंप्लीटेड. जितना परसेंटेज कंप्लीट हुआ है उतना ही परसेंटेज तुम यहाँ पे लिखोगे. एंड वंस आई गेट दिस, आई विल गेट माई स्टेटमेंट ऑफ इक्वी आउटपुट, एंड दैट विल बी इक्वी आउटपुट फॉर DM, equivalent output for DL, and equivalent output for overheads. Respective DM cost will be divided with equi output of DM to get my DM cost per unit. labor cost in the ledger will be divided by labor ka equi output, I'll get the DL cost per unit. And similarly overheads in the ledger will be divided by the equi output of overheads content, and I will get the overheads per unit. And this is my cost per fully finished goods. If you add 1 plus 2 plus 3, then अगर तुम्हारा कोई fully finished goods को value करना होगा, which are 100% ready of course, then I will add everything and value my goods. ठीक है, basis this I will value abnormal loss, I will value abnormal gain, I will value my goods transferred as my closing WIP as well, and then balancing figure is going to be my goods transferred, because goods transferred का एक half होगा WIP, एक half होगा started and finished. So it will be a little challenging to value goods transferred, so we stick to valuing other things, and balancing can be my goods transferred, and this is valid in the exam as well. बराबर. Based on this concept we are going to solve question number 9, which is based on process costing. Hope तुमको ये सब याद आया हो. ठीक है, so let us start with process costing. That will be question number 9. So we have left 9 and 12. Once I finish 9, we will go to question number 12, which is based on standard costing. ठीक है, so तब का बात तभी. फिलहाल let us start with question number 9. चलो, let us start question 9 process costing के ऊपर. Let's start reading from the following information for the month of Jan. So we are giving the month of Jan. ठीक है, prepare process 3 account. Okay, for whatever. Okay, this is a question based on intermediate process, which means we are process 3. What does this mean? It means some goods or some content of material is going to come to us being process 3 from process 2. बराबर. तो अपना input cost में apart from our special costs, एक और cost आएगा of goods transferred from P2 to us, and that will also be our cost. One impact will be on the debit side of the process account कि अपना materials के बाद उनका materials भी आएगा. One impact. Second effect, in my statement of equi output, इसका बात कर रहा हूँ. In my statement of equi output, there will be one more column. So DM is our DM. Oh, मैंने गलत पेंसिल यूज कर लिया. DM is our DM, DL is our DL, overhead is our DL. overhead is our overheads. So ये 3 columns के बाद एक और column आएगा of input materials, and that will probably be before direct material. So my 4 columns will be input DM, that is DM coming from process 2 because we have process 3, then own DM, and then DL and overheads, and the completion percentage for input DM that coming from process 2 will always be 100% because only fully finished goods will come to us being process 3 from process 2. So उनका completion is always 100%. दिया हो कि नहीं दिया हो, बराबर. So we'll find 4 CPUs, input DM per unit, own DM per unit, DL per unit and overheads per unit. Normally we find only 3 things. मतलब ये वाला अपन जो 3 चीज फाइंड करते हैं, ये इसका बात कर रहा हूँ. DM per unit, DL per unit, overheads per unit. We'll have one more cost per unit, and that will be input direct material cost per unit. So because वो एक और column बनेगा अपना. That's the only change which will be used in this question. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ेंगे. Then details are given as follows. Opening WIP is 1600 units at 24,000. So opening WIP is 1600. ठीक है. Transfer from P2. Note that we are process 3, which means goods are coming to us from process 2. So that is 55,400. ये अपना हो गया input. ठीक है. This is not our own input. Coming from process 2. Then transfer to warehouse. इतना ये अपन ने transfer कर दिया है. ठीक है. Outgoing. Closing WIP of process 3, which is our process, 4,200. ठीक है. Units scrapped are 600. ये अपना actuals है. ठीक है. And direct material added in process 3. This is our own material. अपना खुद का input है ये. That is 2,12,400. Direct wages खुद का so and so, and overheads is so and so. So अपना cost दिया है. We are process 3. Input has been given from process 2 as well. Scrap भी दे दिया है. Scrap proceeds आगे शायद देंगे, as in the scrap value. Degree of completion. As far as opening stock is concerned, as far as closing stock is concerned, and as far as scrap is concerned, so depending on the type of the goods they have given us the completion percentages. This will help us in my statement of equivalent output. आगे बढ़ा जाए. The normal loss in the process was 5%. This is like a normal loss. मैं उसको हमेशा expect करता हूँ. Anything more than this will be abnormal and loss, and anything less than this will be abnormal gain. ठीक है, and that will impact my statement of equivalent output. ठीक है. and the scrap was sold at 5. This appears to be like my scrap proceeds का value 5 rupees per unit. ठीक है. Then students may treat material transferred from P2 as material A, नाम दिया है, and material used in process 3 as material B. So we can use material A and material B. A will be for input and B will be for own materials. So it's a very regular sum, nothing new apart from, as in whatever type of sums we have done in the classroom, इसमें से कुछ चीज, I mean कोई भी चीज नया नहीं है. We have done a couple of sums in classroom जहाँ पे we have done normal abnormal loss, we have done normal abnormal gain as well. So everything is as per those category of sums, nothing new. So it's a decent sum for practice. तुमको सब याद आएगा as to how these sums are to be solved. ठीक है. So what can we do first? First of all, अपने statement of equivalent output के अंदर, first of all tell me, will abnormal loss or abnormal gain feature? The answer is yes. So अगर all these things are going to come in the statement of equivalent output, then we need to know वो कितना है. Because if at all we prepare statement of equi output and then if we forget to input abnormal loss or abnormal gain, then my statement will be wrong. If my statement is wrong, my CPUs are wrong, everything will be wrong. So before we make the statement of equi output, we need to first understand कि abnormal loss या abnormal gain कितना है. बराबर. So what we can do, we can simply compare our opening stock, input what is coming from process 2, less my goods transferred, less my normal loss, less my WIP, and balancing figure जिधर भी आएगा that is going to be abnormal loss or abnormal gain. So first find the abnormal loss or abnormal gain content, for which you must prepare a process account. We have two columns, one column for units, one column for rupees. Input everything as far as units are concerned and balancing figure is going to be my abnormal loss or abnormal gain. Abnormal gain अगर balancing figure debit side पे आएगा, abnormal loss अगर balancing figure credit side पे आएगा. So what we'll do first is simply go through the process account का units column. बराबर. बिकॉज इधर वील डू अ बिग वर्किंग नोट टू फाइंड बैलेंसिंग फिगर. जब अपने को लेजर करना ही है तो माइट एज वेल वील पोस्ट ऑल द यूनिट्स एंड बैलेंसिंग फिगर विल बी एबनॉर्मल लॉस और एबनॉर्मल गेन. बराबर. सो फर्स्ट थिंग्स फर्स्ट, वी आर फर्स्ट पोस्टिंग ओनली द यूनिट्स कॉलम ऑफ द प्रोसेस अकाउंट. ठीक है. डू वी हैव द ओपनिंग WIP? द आंसर इज येस. डू वी हैव द इनपुट? द आंसर इज येस. डू वी हैव द आउटपुट? द आंसर, आई मीन गुड्स ट्रांसफर्ड? द आंसर इज येस. डू वी हैव द क्लोजिंग WIP? द आंसर इज येस. डू वी हैव एबनॉर्मल नॉर्मल लॉस परसेंटेज? द आंसर इज येस. ये सब पोस्ट करेंगे. बैलेंसिंग फिगर विल ईदर बी एबनॉर्मल लॉस और एबनॉर्मल गेन. ठीक है. लेट अस सी वेयर इज द एबनॉर्मल इज माय प्रोसेस अकाउंट्स. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, एज आई सेड, वी आर ओनली फोकसिंग ऑन द यूनिट्स कॉलम, फॉरगेट द अमाउंट कॉलम, वो प्योर रुपीज का पोस्टिंग है अपना. ओपनिंग बैलेंस इज 16, so that's my opening WIP given to us. Units input of 55,400 is also given to us, so we have debit side. Then coming to credit side, normal loss. What is normal loss का percentage? 5% of the production. 5 of the production. Now tell me what was the production. Can I say my production is, मेरा production है कितना? So I think what we were doing is we were finding the abnormal loss, which means we are seeing all the inputs in the ledger, so of the units column. So what I was doing is, I think I discussed the fact that opening balance is there 1,600, then we have process to say input 55,400, then we moved on the credit side to find normal loss. Now normal loss is nothing but 5% of what? 5% of the production. What is my production? Production is opening plus input minus closing stock. What is my opening? Opening appears to be 1,600. I would say add 55,400 and minus my WIP closing appears to be 4,200. ये कैलसी पे कर लो एंड ये जो भी नंबर आएगा उसका 5% इज माय नॉर्मल लॉस. सो 1600 प्लस 55,400 माइनस 4200 appears to be 52,800 is my production, and इसका 5% equals into 0.05. 2640 should be normal loss, which is this. So what we are doing is we are only inputting the units column. Balancing figure will be abnormal loss. So in opening known, input known, normal loss known, finished goods of 52,200 is already given to us, and the closing WIP of 4,200 is also given to us. Opening known, purchase known, and all the closing and transfers known. Balance should tally. If it doesn't tally, balancing figure represents abnormal loss ke abnormal gain. Since the balancing figure is coming on the debit side, it means it's a situation of abnormal gain. नाउ मैंने क्यों बोला व्हाई डू आई हैव टू मेक द process accounts का units column first, because this 2040 is going to be an input in the statement of equivalent output. Suppose you made the table first and then if you get this answer later, then your table would go wrong. That is why I prefer to make this column first, get the abnormal loss, abnormal gain content, and only then start with the statement of equi output. I hope this is clear. So now let us go to the statement of equivalent output, which is this. ये वाला कॉलम अभी अपन देख रहे हैं, ठीक है. नाउ वी नो फॉर अ फैक्ट कि we have to prepare 4 sub columns. One is going to be for input DM, that is material A, as given to us in the question. Then we have our own DM, and normally what we do is we are going to have labor and overhead separately normally, but ये question में and in general labor and overheads का percentage completion is the same, because of which their equi output also is the same generally. In this case that is happening because of which the ICA has merged both the columns. You all can have 2 different columns, one column for labor, one column for overheads. You will get obviously the same answers because their percentage completion is the same. ठीक है. नाउ इन दिस कॉलम क्या क्या आता है? यू ऑलवेज स्टार्ट फ्रॉम ओपनिंग WIP. ओपनिंग WIP इज 1600 which is given to us in the question. Look at the percentage completion. It is given opening WIP is 80% complete as regards material, then 60 for labor, and this for overheads. Now this 80 60 60 is for own content. We also have one more column for the input content, and for that the percentage completion is always 100%. And opening stock may we always take the balancing figure. That's the reason why in case of direct material the percentage is 0, because it is 100% ready. Balancing figure is 0. बराबर. Then material B is our material which were 80% complete, which means यहाँ पे आएगा 20%. And as far as my labor and overheads were concerned, the completion appears to be 60. ये वाला 60%, which means the number is going to be 40 in the respective percentage column, that is 40%. Apply these percentages on the units of 1600, ये वाली फिगर की बात कर रहा हूँ, and then I will get the units column of respective material. बराबर. Then we move on. Then we have the next row as started and finished. We want the finished content, but we also want the started now content, which is always nothing but वो कहाँ गया अपना, that is units transferred, that is किधर गया अपना 52,200. these are finished, but out of this 1,600 was not started now, so 52,200 minus 1,600 appears to be 50,600, and that should be a part of this 50,600. As I said, this will always be 100% ready, that therefore 100% for input, 100% for own DM, and both 100% for DM and DL. बराबर. Next in line is the abnormal gain. Abnormal gain we have found out to be balancing figure coming from here. इसका बात कर रहा हूँ. This we had found out. Let me erase this first. हाँ, this we had found out 2040, and abnormal gain is something which is subtracted from the equi output. Abnormal gain comes normally, but abnormal gain is subtracted, so we will put that in the bracket. किधर गया अपना ये वाला abnormal gain 2040 in the bracket. And as far as abnormal gain is concerned, the percentage completion is always 100%, because they are gain matlab finished, and finished matlab always 100% ready. So 100 for input, 100 for our content, and 100 for DM and for overheads and DL content. So अपना opening हो गया, started and finished हो गया, abnormal gain हो गया. Last thing left is closing WIP. The number of closing WIP appears to be 4,200, that is this. And closing WIP is always जितना percent complete हुआ है उतना. That is nothing but किधर गया closing, हाँ ये वाला column 70 50 50. But as far as my input DM is concerned, that will be 100%. So input DM will be 100%, and 70 50 50 will be for own DM, DL and overheads respectively. ठीक है, ये अपना हो गया. ठीक है. Now you may have a doubt कि where will we use this question, I mean this data completion percentage. अगर सम में abnormal loss होता, then this would be a percentage completion for abnormal loss row, but in this case we have abnormal gain. That is why we are using 100% for all the columns of input DM, own DM, DL and overheads. Sorted. So once we finish off this, obviously normal loss is never a part of equi output, because of which यहाँ पे तुम्हारा कभी भी values नहीं आएंगे. So this will always be zero. Frankly, we have done sums in classroom where normal loss तुम्हारा कभी वो statement में आता ही नहीं है, because that should not be a part of equi output, because normal loss से cost impact होता है और वो होना भी चाहिए, because it is normal. Because of this, normal loss should not be a part of my statement. ये होने के बाद I will get equi output as far as input DM is concerned. I will get equi output as far as my DM is concerned. I will get equi output as far as DL and overhead is concerned. So I have made the statement of equi output as well. ठीक है. Now we go one step ahead to do the valuation. What we'll do, whatever is the rupees content of the input DM, that will be divided with this figure, first figure. I will get the CPU. Whatever is the DM content or DM rupees of the own cost, that will be divided with this figure. I'll get DM per unit. Whatever is the DL cost, I will divide with this figure. Whatever is the overheads cost, I will again divide by this figure, and I will get respective cost per units of different cost elements. And the cost elements here are input DM, my DM, DL and overheads. And once I do this, I will get the valuation of other things. Balancing figure will be the value of the goods transferred. बराबर, चालू करेंगे. Now let us go for the valuation. Now starting from input DM. What is the input DM rupees? Can I say input DM rupees as per the cost ledger is this figure of 623,250? Yes, but once we find the CPU of the input DM, we always subtract the normal loss at scrap value also. If you have forgotten, very important to mark this. So 623,250 minus normal loss of 13,200 and the whole upon the normal the DM ka equi output will give me the cost per unit, and that is what the workings must show. जो यहाँ पे किया होना चाहिए. Yes, that's what they have done. Total cost of 623 minus they have done of the normal loss. This is my net cost. I will divide this with 52,760. This is nothing but the equi output of the किधर गया? Equi output of input DM, that is this figure of 52,760, ये वाला. And then I will get the DM cost per unit of the input content. Similarly, what they have done is material B, that is our content, 212,400. I will divide by equi column or equi units of own content or own DM, that is 51820, which is here 51820. I will get the cost per unit this, and I will get the upar ka cost per unit so and so. Same for labor. I will divide 96,420, that's labor cost, upon the equi output of labor column, and I will divide the overheads with the equi output of overheads column, and respectively I will get the CPU, and this is my CPU of respective cost elements. I will then use this to value abnormal gain, to value closing WIP, and to value, well, that's it. And once I value these two things, balancing figure will be the cost of the goods transferred. बराबर. So let us now do the valuation. वैल्यूएशन के लिए कुछ नोट किया है क्या? हाँ किया है, वेरी गुड. चलो अपन नोट करते हैं वैल्यूएशन का. अपने को काम है कौन से एस्पेक्ट्स का? एज डिस्कस्ड वी आर गोइंग टू डू द वैल्यूएशन ऑफ क्लोजिंग WIP, वी आर गोइंग टू डू वैल्यूएशन ऑफ एबनॉर्मल गेन, एंड बैलेंसिंग फिगर विल बी द गुड्स ट्रांसफर्ड का वैल्यूएशन. क्लोजिंग WIP, take the respective numbers from the respective equi output columns. I'll explain for one, then you'll understand. That is nothing but we are doing now closing WIP. So I would use these numbers 4200, 4200. Oh sorry, गलत हो गया. Let me have the shortened. I will use 4200, then I will use 2940, and I will use 2100, and respective costs for valuation of the closing WIP. 4200, 2940, 2121, याद रखते हैं इसको. ठीक है, 4200 ये अपना आ गया, 2940 ये भी अपना आ गया, and 2100 for wages, 2100 for overheads, and obviously these respective prices so we have already found out, and I will get the value of closing WIP to be this. ठीक है. Then comes the valuation of abnormal gain. Abnormal gain is 100% ready. So what we can do is total have the accumulation of all the cost and multiply into number of units. That is 2040 units. And this 18.64 is nothing but summation of all this. ये figure यहाँ से आ रहा है. ठीक है. So I will get the value in the ledger, and balancing figure will be the balancing figure of the goods transferred. बराबर. So now let us come to the ledger. The final solution is what we are going to look at. किधर गया, बहुत घूम रहे अपन इधर उधर. हाँ, प्रोसेस अकाउंट से अपना आ गया. We are discussing this. ठीक है. Now this amount is given to us, so tension नहीं है. This is also given to us, so pure posting. DM was given to us, wages was given to us, overheads was given to us. So debit side is fully complete. Coming to credit side, normal loss was also given to us. That is, we use that normal loss का 5 rupees I think, and we use apply on the on the 2640. I'll get 13,200. Closing WIP we found out from the previous working note, and this is also what we found from previous working note. As you can see, all numbers have been obtained. The only figure left was this, and this is nothing but the balancing figure, and that is the end of the question. Interesting, काफ़ी अच्छा question है. Frankly, nothing conceptually new than what we have discussed in the classroom, but yes, it has abnormal gain, abnormal loss, normal loss, everything, and it also has input material. So तुम्हारा वो concept भी revise हो जाएगा. So it's a good sum for last day revision, ताकि तुम्हारा input वाला concept भी clear हो जाएगा. Abnormal gain that is to be subtracted, वो भी तुम strike नहीं होता है, वो भी तुमका clear हो जाएगा. The fact that we have to start and we have to find abnormal loss or abnormal gain content before we start the equi output, ये भी एक concept है, ये भी तुम्हारा clear होगा. So it's a good sum to revise before the exam. Good question. It will take time to solve. If we solve as per our basic proper solving, we are revising quickly, so the question has gone by in a comparatively lesser time. Oof, one more question gone. एक क्वेश्चन बाकी है, क्वेश्चन नंबर 12, दैट इज बेस्ड ऑन स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्टिंग. ये अपना हो गया है जॉइंट प्रोडक्ट, ये अपना हो गया है सर्विस सेक्टर. यस, एंड नाउ टाइम हैज कम to do question number 12, that is standard costing. We will now discuss quickly standard costing and then we can move on. Standard costing it's based on we are supposed to find so many things. ये इसके बदले let us have a better pen. Yes, ये सारी चीज़ें फाइंड करना है. So again, good question to revise on last day because काफ़ी concepts revise होंगे. And apart from basic concepts, we have something new also in this question which will be clear once we start the solution. Chala, let us start. Before we go ahead, quick run through of standard costing. Why are we doing standard costing? Standard costing is nothing but a continuation of budgets. We first prepare the budgets by determining standard cost. Standard cost is nothing but कितना cost होना चाहिए था. Budgets is nothing but simply the allocated numbers or allocated finances for respective departments. Standards is nothing but those budget ke numbers applied on the actual quantity, and I'll get the standard cost. And it is this standard cost what is to be compared with my actuals to get my various variances. Depending on the A or F of variance, adverse or favorable, I will then have the penalties or reward as the cases to my managers. So we always have one column for standard, then we convert the standard into a revised standard. Revised standard is always basis the actuals, and then we compare this revised standard with the actuals for variance purposes. Never compare the budgets with the actuals, because budgets will be for the quantity which is budgeted and actuals will be different than the budgets in all likelihood. So I can't compare the budgeted quantity with the actual quantity, because of which I need to prepare standards for the actual quantity, which then can be compared to my actuals for proper variances. ठीक है. टाइप्स ऑफ variances are material cost variances, labor cost variances, VOH variances, FOH variances, तुम्हारा S&D cost variances and तुम्हारा sales variances. It has been discussed while doing the previous sums, the formulas, and like in this sum we are going to do all the variances. So सारे variances के formulas तुम्हारा sum करते करते ही revise होंगे. We'll quickly discuss everything. DM का two parent या two sub variances are rate and usage. Rate is standard minus actual into actual quantity, and the usage is standard minus actual into my standard rate. Then it is mix and yield. Mix is standard mix into actual quantity. Compare that to my actual and into my standard rate to get my mix variances. Then we have the yield variances, total input kgs minus total input of the actuals and the whole into my average standard rate. I get the yield variances. Same variances exactly for labor. Exactly same, सिर्फ idle time तुम्हारा नया आता है, that is a type of variance from usage variance. Then coming to VOH, common three variances, your parent variances, then we have the expenditure variance, and then we have the efficiency variance, exactly same like my DM and DL. Then comes FOH, parent variance absorbed minus actual. Then we have my expenditure variance, budget less actual. Then we have the volume variance, that is budget less absorbed. Then we have the capacity. Then we have the calendar. Then we have capacity. Capacity, idle time and efficiency. Capacity is budget minus actual hours into absorption rate per hour. Idle time is idle into rate per hour. Efficiency, standard hours minus my actual net hours into my absorption rate per hour. And capacity is then split into your net capacity and calendar. Calendar is number of days के हिसाब से आएगा, and net capacity will also be as per number of my hours of budgeted minus my actual. ये अपना हो गया, just basic intro of what the variances are, and now we will jump to question number 12. So hopefully सब याद आया रहेगा, नहीं याद आ रहा तो अभी क्वेश्चन के अंदर याद आएगा, because we are doing all the variances almost, या फिर we are doing all the sub variances, तो हमको सब कुछ याद आ ही जाएगा. Apart from that, there's something important in this question which will be discussed when we do the variances. So should we start? Yes, let us start. Question number 12. This will end November 18 का full RTP coverage. ठीक है. So let us start. We are solving question number 12 based on standard costing of November 12 RTP. Let us start, please. Question number 12. So Aradhya Limited manufactures a commercial product, ठीक है, for which standard cost is as follows. So we have been given material का consumption and rate, that is 20 per unit. 3 hours into 10, that is 30 per unit. Variable 3 hours at rupees 1 and fixed 3 hours at rupees 50. Total cost is 54.5. ये अपना standards है, इतना होना चाहिए था. This is set in the beginning of the year. ये targets अपन ने respective managers को दिया है. I have told consumption guy कि तुमको एक FG के पीछे 5 किलो consume करना है. I have told the purchase guy you have to buy at 4 kgs and so and so. आगे बढ़ेंगे. During Jan 600 goods were manufactured, which means actual 600 है, which means all these standards will be used on actuals to get my standard cost. ठीक है. Then आगे बढ़ेंगे. Materials purchase is 20,500, and then you have something new, what I was telling, materials used. In the question that we have done in the classroom section, there was no question where the purchase quantity was different and the consumption was different. इसका impact किधर आएगा, that will be discussed when we solve material cost variances. ठीक है. For the time being, remember, purchase quantity is different and the consumption quantity is different, which means 5,000 purchase किया है, 3.5 is the consumption, which means अपना 1,500 must be sitting in the closing stock. ठीक है. लेबर इज गिवन टू बी 15,300. ओके, गलत पेन आ चुका है. 15,600. अरे ये क्या हो रहा है? 15,300. That's my actuals. Then we have variable overheads of 1,900. Then we have the FOH of 900 and total cost of 38,600. सबका समेशन करके रखा है. करना क्या है? Okay, one more details is given. The flexi budget required 1,800 labor hours. ठीक है, फॉर ऑपरेशन एट द मंथली एक्टिव लेवल यूज्ड टू सेट द एब्जॉर्प्शन रेट. इसका मतलब क्या है? दैट मीन्स वी हैव यूज्ड 1800 आवर्स इन द डिनोमिनेटर टू फाइंड द एब्जॉर्प्शन रेट, बराबर, विच मीन्स माई बजटेड लेबर आवर्स वर 1800 इन द बजट पीरियड. ठीक है, ये आगे काम आ सकता है. अभी करना क्या है? We have to find so many things. We have to find material price variance, material usage variance, labor rate variance, labor efficiency variance, variable expenditure variance, variable efficiency variance, FOH expense, FOH volume, FOH capacity and FOH efficiency, and then something new, reconcile. We have done reconciliation, but I think of the profits वो भी शायद नहीं किया है. It's a concept in final CA costing. I don't think module has sums of profit reconciliation, so they have asked reconciliation of standard and the actual cost of production. This This is something new and something important which I was telling in the questions beginning कि क्या नया है इस sum में. This is something new, and the fact that materials purchase quantity is different from the material consumption quantity, that is also new. चालू करेंगे. वापस सम पढ़ लो चाहिए तो वीडियो पॉज करके, बिकॉज देयर आर सो मेनी न्यू थिंग्स हियर. कंजम्पशन डिफरेंट है, परचेज डिफरेंट है, रिको को पूछ के रखा है. देयर आर सो मेनी डिटेल्स given to us. In case you have not registered everything, you can pause the video, read the question at your pace, and then start with the solution. अपन चालू करेंगे. So let's go step by step talking about materials. So a little time will go in understanding materials out here. Now understand one thing, that something new. Concentrate guys. Understand one thing, that we are doing cost variances. ठीक है. We normally compare the standard cost with the actual cost. This is obviously to find the variances. ठीक है. We have one column for standard normally, we have one column for revised standard which for actual quantity, and then we have one column for actual. This is normally how we have always prepared the table before we start finding the variances. ठीक है, ठीक है. Now in this question the standard is okay, the actuals are for 600, so revised standard will also be prepared for 600, so 600 will come here. ठीक है. Standard is normal, revised standard is normal, and actuals is normal. ठीक है. Now यहाँ पे थोड़ा कॉलम बड़ा हो गया रिवाइज स्टैंडर्ड का. लेट मी शिफ्ट द रिवाइज स्टैंडर्ड हियर ताकि कॉलम थोड़ा सा अच्छा दिखे. रिवाइज्ड स्टैंडर्ड. ठीक है. एंड नाउ लेट अस ड्रॉ अ लाइन. तो भी गड़बड़ी लग रहा है नहीं? दिस इज बेटर. So we have as usual Q, R, A, and we have Q, R and A. This is what we normally used to do. Now एक स्टैंडर्ड के लिए अपना एक क्या है, एक FG के लिए कितना किलो? 5 किलो. One material consumes 5 kg. So can I say 5 is the standard and 4 rupees I think is the standard rate? Yes. Based on this we make revised standard 600, that is we are preparing this for 600. तो 600 into 5 is going to be 3000. Rate will copy paste from यहाँ पे number आएगा. Now actuals. This amount or this column or this quantity was always given to us, so we never argued कि ये परचेज है कि कंजम्पशन है. वी अज्यूम कि जितना परचेज किया है उतना ही कंजम्पशन किया होगा. प्रॉब्लम क्या है अभी इस क्वेश्चन में, दैट अपना 500 kgs, 5000 I think, 5000 kgs has been purchased and 3500 kgs has been consumed. बराबर. Now my variances is always standard cost minus actual cost. बराबर. अभी actual cost कैसा होता है? Actual cost is always opening plus purchase minus closing stock. बराबर. अपना cost sheet में we always have opening plus purchase minus CS, and that number is my raw materials consumed. बराबर. So अभी opening stock तो question में अपना है नहीं, which means my cost of consumption is going to be 5000 into purchase price minus 1500 into some price, right? And this net figure is going to be my actual cost. And what I'm trying to say is this actual cost will then be compared to this standard cost, and this is my variance. बराबर. तुम लोग क्या करोगे? तुम लोग सीधा बोलोगे 3500 तुम्हारा कंजम्पशन है and my actual rate is 4.1 and this will then become my actual cost, जो गलत है. क्यों गलत है? Because cost sheet में I will write 5000 into 4.10 as my purchases, and a concept is the fact that when I'm preparing cost sheet, my closing stock is always valued at standard price, which means 1500 goods in the closing stock of materials will be valued at rupees 4 and not 4.1, and this net answer is going to be my actual cost of raw materials. So 5000 into 4.1 is going to be this figure of 20,500. बराबर. So this will be इसको निकाल देते हैं फॉर द टाइम बीइंग. This will be 20,500 and closing stock का subtraction is going to be 1500 into 4 appears to be 6,000 and therefore 14,500. This is nothing but something called as my actual cost, and this 14,500 will come in this row, this column rather, 14,500, and this number, let us write a number only. इतना कुछ हमने explanation किया हुआ है, अब वो number लिख ही देते हैं यहाँ पे 12,000, 12k. This 12k compared to this 14,500 is the parent material cost variance. This, अब तुम बोलोगे ये तकलीफ ये सब में क्यों आया है? ये तकलीफ ये सब में इसलिए आया है because we have two different quantities. One quantity is for goods purchase and one quantity is for closing stock or goods consumption, because of which this issue has come. So whenever the question has raw materials purchased differently and raw materials consumed differently, we have to find the actual cost like this. अपना एक्चुअल कॉस्ट ऐसे कंप्यूट होगा, परचेजेस इनटू एक्चुअल परचेज प्राइस माइनस क्लोजिंग स्टॉक इनटू स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्ट एट 4 rupees. दिस विल बी a ground rule everywhere that in my cost sheet to find the actual cost I subtract the material cost. I subtract the closing stock from the material purchase cost, and the closing stock is always valued at standard cost. This is how I arrive at actual cost, and the actual cost compared with my standard cost is going to be my gross variance, and this variance of I think 12,000 minus 14,500 जो 2,500 है, this is my parent variance. This will be split into rate variance and this will be split into consumption variance. Rate variance is, now one more concept is there, the fact that we have found the cost like this. अपना rate variance will be this rate standard minus this rate actuals, and this quantity, इसका बात कर रहा हूँ मैं, this quantity is going to be the quantity which is not consumed, but this is going to be the quantity which is purchased and not quantity consumed, because अपन ने इसका परचेज पे अपन उसका वैरिएंस फाइंड करते, एंड दिस इज हाउ आई फाइंड माय total variance का split into rate variance and my usage variance. Quantity will be quantity purchase because this is finding of variances at the point of purchase. अपन ने पूरे purchased quantity के ऊपर variance निकाल के रखा है. It is also because of this reason that my closing stock is coming at standard cost. अपन ने पूरा purchase quantity के ऊपर पूरा variance निकाल दिया है. Now I do not want any part of variance to come in the closing stock valuation, because of which I will always value closing stock at standard cost. This frankly is a single plan partial plan concept. This is there in final CA. अपने मॉड्यूल में single plan partial plan कहीं भी नहीं है. Because of this we have not covered single plan partial plan sums in the classroom section, and this is a question on the MTB or RTB में एक question आ चुका है. They haven't used the term single partial plan, but this is a single plan partial plan concept. बराबर. So remember, rate variance will be on the quantity purchased. लिख लो कहीं चाहिए तो, and the actual cost will be found out like this, that is purchases minus closing stock. Closing stock will be at standard cost. बराबर. This is what is new in the question, and now once we know this, we can now head towards finding material cost variances. Very simple. In case of rate variances, as I said, it will be 4 standard rate minus 4.1 I think actual rate, and I just explained we'll take the quantity purchased and I will find the variances. As far as consumption is concerned, there is no change there. Quantity consumed जो करना चाहिए था 3,000 minus जो किया है 3,500 into my standard rate of 4, and the total variance should tie up to 2,500, which we'll verify right now. बराबर. ठीक है. Now let us go to the solution. What they have done, my price variance, as I said, standard rate 4 minus actual rate 4.1 into important, this is going to be 5,000, and this, as I said, is quantity purchased and not, वो भी लिख लो चाहिए तो, quantity consumed. बराबर. So I will take rate variance on quantity purchased, which is this, and then we get 500 adverse. This is my एक मिनट, हाँ, this is my price variance. 1 minute, फोन आ चुका है. ओके, ये अपना हो गया मटेरियल प्राइस वेरिएंस. सो रेट माइनस रेट इनटू क्वांटिटी कंज्यूम्ड के बदले क्वांटिटी परचेस. ठीक है. देन कमिंग टू यूजेज वेरिएंस, एज आई सेड वहाँ कोई चेंज नहीं है. 3000 वाज माय स्टैंडर्ड कंजम्पशन, 3,500 इज माय actual consumption, and standard rate is 4, that is 2000 adverse. As I said 500 adverse here, 200 adverse here is 2500 adverse, and this was this tied up from here. अपना किधर गया? हाँ, 12,000 ये वाला 12,000 standard minus 14,500 actual. So 12,000 minus 14,500 is nothing but 2,500 adverse, and they are split, is 500 adverse for price and 2,000 adverse for usage. दोनों मिला के 2,500. रिमेंबर टू थिंग्स, रेट वैरिएंस अगर ये टाइप के सम्स आते हैं, रेट वैरिएंस विल बी ऑन द क्वांटिटी परचेस्ड एंड द एक्चुअल कॉस्ट विल बी actual cost of purchase minus my closing stock, but closing stock will be at standard cost. ठीक है. Then there is no change in the material usage variance. Then moving on to rate variance, labor rate variance. Very simple. Standard rate appears to be 10. Standard rate is 10, actual rate is 9. So 10 minus 9 into actual hours 1700. Then and then we'll have to compute the usage variance. First let us discuss and see the rate variance. As I said, 10 minus 9 into my actual hours, and then we need my efficiency. Efficiency variance will be my standard hours minus my actual hours. Now standard hours मतलब actual output के लिए कितना टाइम लगना चाहिए था, which means 600 is my actual output number coming from here, and the standard time taken is 3, that is coming from here. 600 into 3 is standard hours, इतना टाइम लगना चाहिए था. So 1800 standard hours minus my actuals of 1700 and the whole into my standard rate of 10, ये वाला, this should be my labor efficiency variance. 600 into 3 is standard. ठीक है. This then 1700 is actual and 10 is my standard rate, and the variance is 1000 favorable because we have consumed lesser hours, that means we are efficient. ये अपना हो गया D labor efficiency variance. Then what has been asked next is variable overhead expense variance. इसका ओवरहेड का एक्सपेंस इज एग्जैक्टली सेम लाइक माय लेबर. आवर्स भी वहीं से आएंगे, सिर्फ रेट तुम यूज करोगे लेबरर्स वेरिएबल ओवरहेड्स का. सो लेट अस यूज माय फर्स्ट फाइंड द एफिशिएंसी वेरिएंस. कितना टाइम लगना चाहिए था? ओके यार, हियर दे हैव गिवन एफिशिएंसी नहीं, हाँ. सो वेरिएबल ओवरहेड एक्सपेंडिचर वेरिएंस, एफिशिएंसी वेरिएंस. ओके, फर्स्ट वील फाइंड एफिशिएंसी, वो इजी है. इतना टाइम लगना चाहिए था, 600 इंटू 3, इतना टाइम लगा है, and this is my standard rate of 1 and this is my favorable. Now the ICI has used a different formula here. We will use the normal expenditure formula, standard rate minus my actual rate into my actual hours. So what is the standard rate? Standard rate appears to be, ये कहाँ से आया? Standard rate appears to be I think 1, ये नंबर यहाँ से आ रहा है. And the actual rate is nothing but 1900 coming from rupees divided by 1700 coming from year itself. बराबर, that's my actual rate. Standard rate minus actual rate into my actual hours of 1700 ऐसे करेंगे, which means 1 minus 17 upon 19. This will give me the difference in the rate into my actual hours of 1700, and maths कर लो कैलसी पे चाहिए तो, and this will be the final adverse variance. Normal rate variance अपना, standard rate less actual rate. Actual rate is actual rupees upon the actual hours, and I will get the actual rate, and into 1700 करोगे actual hours, I will get the overhead expenditure variance. Next we have fixed overhead expense variance. Very simple. Fixed overhead expense variance is parent variance का left hand side, that is budget minus actual. So budget will be 1800 into 50. ये कहाँ से आया? This is nothing but that line given to us, that 1800 hours, ये वाला, these many hours were budgeted and this is my absorption rate per hour, this is year, and 0.5 into 1800 labor hours budgeted. So budgeted overhead becomes 900. So 900 budget minus 900 budget coming from here. Arey yaar, 900 budget coming from here and minus 900 actual that is given to us, the variance is nil as far as overhead fixed overhead expenditure variance is concerned. ये अपना हो गया. Then we come to fixed overhead volume variance. Volume variance is nothing but अपना budget less absorbed. Budget less absorbed is also nil because budget किया है 600 into 3, absorb किया है actual into absorption, वो भी अपना 1800 ही है, and this is my nil because budget is 1800 and absorbed is also 1800, that is 600 into my absorption rate, which means we have a nil variance here as well. Going ahead, capacity variance, it is always the hours I am budgeting minus my actual hours. Now hours budget कितना किया है? Hours budget किया है, कितना किया है hours budget? ये numbers आएगा यहाँ से 1800 hours. 1800 hours budget किया है, ठीक है. So 1800 hours budgeted minus my actuals. 1800 budget किया है, actual into my rate. I will not use per unit, rate I will use per hour because bracket के अंदर hours बैठा हुआ है, and this will give me adverse because my actual is less. So capacity used is less, budget was more, actual hours are less. मैंने अपना capacity कम use किया है, cap कम use किया मतलब output कम आया होगा. That's my adverse variance. Then coming to efficiency variance of absorption, the same numbers will come from labor efficiency. सिर्फ rate per hour के बदले absorption rate per hour आएगा. ये अपना स्टैंडर्ड आवर्स है, इतना टाइम लगना चाहिए था. स्टैंडर्ड इज ऑलवेज ऑन एक्चुअल, सो 600 इंटू 3 इज स्टैंडर्ड आवर्स. 1700 एक्चुअल आवर्स लगा है, एंड सिंस ब्रैकेट के अंदर वी हैव आवर्स, द एब्जॉर्प्शन रेट विल आल्सो बी पर आवर एंड दिस विल बी फेवरेबल बिकॉज मैंने एक्चुअल आवर्स कम यूज किया है. 1800 लगना चाहिए था वर्सेस 1700 यूज किया है, विच मीन्स आई हैव प्रोड्यूस द सेम आउटपुट इन लेसर आवर्स, विच मीन्स इट इज अ फेवरेबल वैरिएंस. ठीक है, ये अपना हो गया FOH एफिशिएंसी वैरिएंस एज वेल. एनीथिंग मोर नहीं, ऑल वैरिएंस हैज बीन फाउंड आउट. एक बार पढ़ लेते हैं रिक्वायर्ड पार्ट. प्राइस वैरिएंस डन, done. Usage variance also done. Labor rate is done. Labor efficiency is done. Variable overheads is done. Variable efficiency is done. Capacity is done. Efficiency is done. Volume is also done. And everything is done. That means सब कुछ हो गया अपना. So we have found out all the variances. ठीक है, ठीक है. So अपना variances अपना हो गया. Now important, that is something new. Reconcile standard and reconcile the actual cost of production. ठीक है, I don't think we have done like a reco of standard and actual cost of production. So ये अपना कुछ तो नया है. So again something very important, थोड़ा ध्यान से अपन करेंगे इसको. So let us start reconciling the actual and standard cost. First of all, where do we start from? We first start from the standard. ये they have simply, इसका actually कुछ काम नहीं है. Here they have simply done a small reconciliation for the overheads content, जो frankly कुछ भी काम का नहीं है, पूछा नहीं है. You can just have a look at it. They have simply verified how the variances are tying up with the FOH and VOH. Not asked in the paper, not asked in the question rather, so not required. We'll directly start with the reconciliation statement. ठीक है, we will first start from standard cost and then we'll arrive at the एक्चुअल कॉस्ट या फिर डिफरेंस अपन रिकंसाइल करेंगे. स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्ट, व्हाट नाउ? स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्ट विल ऑलवेज बी ऑन द एक्चुअल. सो एक्चुअल अपना है 600. स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्ट, व्हाट वाज द स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्ट गिवन टू अस इन द डेटा ईयर? द स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्ट गिवन टू अस वाज दिस 54.5. This number will be applied on the actual goods produced and this will give me the standard cost of 32,700. This has been used on the actual goods produced. Abhi, important, actual cost. What is the actual cost given to us in this table? The actual cost given to us in this table is 38,600. Lekin this 38,600 is coming from summation of 20.5 plus 15.3 plus 1.9 plus 900. बराबर। एंड प्रॉब्लम ये है कि अपने वरायंस में फॉर मटीरियल कॉस्ट वी हैव नॉट कंपेयर्ड द स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्ट ऑफ 12,000, लेट मी यूज डिफरेंट कलर्ड पेन, बहुत एरोज यहाँ पे, वी हैवंट कंपेयर्ड 12,000 विथ 20,500। ये कहाँ से गया, हाँ, अपन ने इस नंबर को कंपेयर नहीं किया है विद द स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्ट फॉर वरायंस। व्हाट हैव वी कंपेयर्ड विद, वी हैव कंपेयर्ड माय स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्ट विद दिस फिगर ऑफ 14,500, बराबर, विच मीन्स अपना रिकंसाइल नहीं होगा। So what I should do is I should also take this cost in reconciliation, which means I should also subtract the 1,000 नहीं, the closing stock किधर गया वो, यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहा हूँ मैं, हाँ, I should also subtract this figure of 6,000 from the cost, from the purchase cost of 30,600 to get my cost. And as I said, material stock at standard cost, इसका अपन ने पहले ही वर्किंग किया है फॉर वरायंस पर्पसेस। इट इज ऑल्सो दिस दैट वी हैव टू एडजस्ट, वरना अपना रिकंसाइल नहीं होगा। आर वरायंसेस आर एज पर द कॉस्ट दैट वी हैव फाउंड एंड देयर एक्चुअल कॉस्ट इज एज पर द परचेस्ड क्वांटिटी। सो अपना स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्ट एंड द वरायंसेस एंड एक्चुअल कॉस्ट विल नॉट टाई अप। सो दिस इज एक्चुअली माई एक्चुअल कॉस्ट एंड 32,700 minus this cost is my 100 rupees favorable, and this 100 rupees favorable will now be reconciled with all the variances. ये भी important है, so this part is important. You can't compare actual purchase cost with the standard cost because अपन ने खुद ने actual cost को adjust किया है with closing stock. That means we also have to adjust here the actual cost with the closing stock so that the cost reconciles. बराबर। and now it is just a question of writing all the variances. So we have found out the variance of price as 500, variance of usage to be 2,000, labor rate 1700, labor efficiency 1,000, obviously A and F depending on the variance that we have found out, variable expense so and so, variable efficiency so and so, and as we have seen अपना FOH का variances is 0, my expenditure is also 0 and volume is also 0, and my parent variance is made up of expense and volume, which means the total FOH variance is also nil. Because of this will not come in the statement of reconciliation, and this has reconciled 100 favorable year, 100 favorable year, and this is my reconciliation of standard cost and actual cost. Important question to be revised, mainly because of material cost variances, because we have compared the actual cost with the standard, and actual cost is nothing but the purchase cost minus my closing stock. Closing stock is my closing stock is valued at my standard cost. And then once we come to reconciliation, we also compare the standard cost with the actual cost, and the actual cost may say we subtract the closing stock from the actual cost. This is exactly what we have done, in my cost variances. Mainly material cost variances. ठीक है, so one more question gone and one more RTP gone. November 18 RTP is also स्वाहा. So अपना May 18 is done, November 18 is done, and in the next session यहाँ पे एक हाथ तुम्हारा ये question भी है, तुम्हारा theory, but in the notes that we have shared you just go through the theory. काफ़ी easy theory है, तो discuss the features of cost accounting system, cost control, cost reduction, control controllable cost, and job and batch costing. All this is basic theory. Just go through it once. It is not very difficult. So theory में ऐसा कुछ explain करने ऐसा होता नहीं है. So just it's a self reading exercise. Read the theory, and yes, we have finished November 18 and May 18 RTP. Obviously I'll take a break. बहुत लंबा दिन हो गया मेरा, and now I will meet you guys in the next session. I'll meet you guys in the next session with May 19th RTP. मजा आएगा, ठीक है। So done for the day. You guys also take a break if required. मैं तो break ले ही रहा हूँ. Alright, see you guys tomorrow as in whenever the lectures are done. ठीक है, alright, see you guys in the next session. Bye bye.